Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be working on some smothered pork chops. We're going to start by making sure we season both sides well with salt, white pepper, seasoned salt, and rosemary. And we're going to make sure we coat both sides really well just because these are some thick cuts. Today the little one is joining us as we're wrapping up summer. She's having a lot of fun hanging out. Camp is out, so we've just been hanging out, doing tie-dye and all kinds of stuff around the house. Little one was just saying apparently I was putting too much seasoning. But you know, when they're cut this thick, you definitely want to put a healthy dose, and just so a lot of it can permeate. And you know, here at our channel, we season with the heart. So how are you guys getting ready for the back-to-school season? We're just about to gear up for our shopping, and let us know how it looks out there. Okay, so we're going to bring out our pot for our rice. We're going to start with wiping it down. I just washed it. We just want to make sure it's nice and dry. We want to start with a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon or two. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. This is in water, but I will say when it's in oil, it will come out a little bit better. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, pepper, and then we're gonna add some bay leaves just to add that nice little flavor. Do you guys notice when in the recipe when it calls for bay leaf and you don't add it, do you notice the difference? Let me know down below. So we're going to put the pork chops on to brown a little, and we're going to stir this up and try to cook off some of the water in the minced garlic. With the pork chops, we're going to brown each side for a couple of minutes. We're going to make sure to flip it over about every 2 to 3 minutes. A little bit of onion to our mixture for the rice, flipping over our pork chop. Turn that down a little. And we're going to add a little bit of Lowry's garlic salt. I'm a big fan of garlic in this household. Now for our rice, we're going to do a cup of unwashed rice. It's really important for this recipe because it allows the rice to be a little bit sticky. If you prefer fluffier rice, then go ahead and rinse it off. But if you like the sticky texture, leave your rice unwashed. We're going to put it in there with our mixture now that everything's all browned. And we're going to stir it in, and we're going to toast the rice for a few minutes. I like to get it a light brown, but do it to your preference. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter in there just to keep it nice and moist. Stir it around really good. Make sure we don't let those pork chops burn. I'm gonna cover that. Now, when it's done, how you do rice depends on how comfortable you are with it. If you're new with rice and you're not really good with it, 2 cups, a 2-to-1 ratio works well. If you are used to it, you cook a lot of rice, you're really comfortable with it, then you want to do the finger method. Comment down below if you know what that is. Now to our pork chops, now that they're nice and brown, we're going to add about a cup of diced onions into there. That'll bring the temperature down. It's gonna add a nice onion flavor and help us to start deglazing the pan to make sure that we keep all that delicious flavor in there. We add a little bit more garlic to there, and then I'm going to stir around and try and loosen up some of what we got cooked at the bottom. Add a little butter for a little moisture, a little salt, and a little bit of chicken broth if it looks really stubborn. Just get in there really good. We want to loosen all of that because it's all going to go into our gravy. Go ahead and fluff the rice. Now you can take the pork chops out for this step, but I figured why mess up another plate, and either way, it's all gonna cook together really well. So just make sure you stir really well and don't leave any clumps. Okay, so now we're gonna add our mushrooms. Now they help soak up the flavor, add a little bulk, stir that in really well just to make sure everything permeates and tastes really, really good. Again, you can do this without the pork chops in there. I just figured, why not? Why make the extra mess? So now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour. We're gonna stir that in really, really good. For this, I would say that it would be better to take them out, but if you don't want to, take your time, mix it in really, really well, because this is gonna help thicken up our gravy. We're gonna add 2 cups of chicken broth and make sure we stir really, really well, okay? Check on our rice. It's nice and fluffy. That's about done. This is the gravy about halfway thick, and here we go. Isn't that delicious? You can add your veggies. We like broccoli over here, but just let it cool. It'll thicken completely, and it'll be a really delicious filling dinner. Thank you for coming back. Subscribe, like, and share for our next video.